Hello, I'm Howard Griffiths and I was injured by the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine. Today, I'm here in Glasgow with Ruth from the Scottish Vaccine Injury Group. And your group, you've got amazing stories. What happened to you and your group members?
Well, we have several hundred group members and I can't tell you what happened to all of them. We have a wide range of issues from autoimmune, cardiac issues, neurological issues, all caused by the vaccines. Personally, I took the AstraZeneca vaccine and ended up with mast cell activation syndrome and lots of neurological issues, but I've become a lot better through lots of different...
It's quite a journey, but you shared your experience and you've got this very large group now. Mm-hmm. Introduce yourself. Please tell us your name, which vaccine and what happened to you.
Hi, I'm Joanne. I had the Pfizer vaccine and for a few days I was coming out in bruises, maybe about 9 days after, and then eventually I went to the doctor. The doctor sent the bloods to the haematologist. The same night I got a call from the haematologist department asking me to go up. My platelets were so low and they kind of was wondering what it was. They sent it away and I had 3 bone marrow biopsies over a period of like maybe 6 months it took to eventually get the outcome of it, which is called acquired megakaryocytic thrombocytopenia. And my haematologist says, Joanne, you're right, the bruises you were saying, you kept saying, could it be the vaccine? I said yes. He says, you're right, and it's not only me that thinks that there's many other haematologists that have worked on your case. And yes, they believe it's the vaccine that caused it.
How fit were you before you had your vaccine and how fit have you been since?
Right. Before I had the vaccine, I used to go up the loch where I stay, and I used to run around the loch, walk around the loch as fast as I could. I was very fit. I was about 4.5 stone lighter than what I am just now. Now I can hardly, I'm beginning to get a bit better now, but I haven't got I haven't got the courage now that I used to. I was a very courageous person to go out and just run. I'm quite scared now to do anything, basically.
Thank you for sharing, and again, please introduce yourself and explain the story for your loved one.
My name's Ian. I look after my brother-in-law Pat. Up until 2021, before AstraZeneca, he was fit, healthy, lived by himself, cooked for himself, helped everybody else. After the first AstraZeneca, we had to take him to hospital. He had a leg clot, and some weeks later we discovered that he'd suffered brain damage through a probable brain clot, again following the AstraZeneca. He was diagnosed as dementia. It's not dementia because it's plateaued since then. We cannot get the NHS to admit that it was AstraZeneca that actually caused the problem. However, he has been given full attendance allowance and also free council tax due to severe mental impairment. We have to look after him every day now.
Thank you for sharing, and I must point out there are other members of the group here who are not feeling confident enough and are quite upset to go on camera. So finally, Ruth, what would you say to people who may be shocked that there are so many people in Scotland who are on this journey?
It's true. It's real. And there'll be a lot of people out there who have been told, like Howard was and like many of our group members were, that they were the only one. Or maybe told by their doctor or nurse that it potentially could be the vaccine, but they're afraid to actually acknowledge it or write it down. I think there's a lot of people who are vaccine injured who suspect they may be, but they can't get anyone else to acknowledge it. We're here to support.
And you're not the only one. Thank you all very much. It's a very emotional day in Glasgow, but thank you for watching.